Welcome back to Digital Rage. I'm Jeff, the producer here at Buyer Company. Today is episode 9 of our Cybersecurity Marketing series. Today is a recap of the last 8 episodes, each thing that we've learned, all put together in a nice, neat package, topped with a bow. Let's listen.
Welcome to the deep dive. Really excited today. We're getting into a fascinating and pretty challenging area, cybersecurity marketing. We're going to zero in on the big pain points, the things that keep marketers in this space awake at night, and crucially, how to actually solve them. So our source material for this is a really comprehensive recap, looking at 8 key challenges and some quick hit strategies. It draws insights from quite an extensive industry ebook. Our mission, basically pull out the most important nuggets for you so you can quickly get a handle on effective strategies in what is, let's face it, a super complex high-stakes field.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, is how these specific marketing challenges, they often just mirror much broader business complexities. So whether you're actually in marketing or maybe sales or honestly just curious about how industries communicate when the stakes are this high, these insights, they're kind of a shortcut to understanding the core problems and, the optimal solutions. Think of it maybe as a tactical playbook for navigating a space where trust is just absolutely paramount.
Okay, right. Let's unpack this then. The very first pain point that comes up is complex messaging. So much technical jargon, right? Acronyms everywhere. How do you even start cutting through that noise?
Exactly. The solution is, simplify your story. But the real insight here is realizing simplifying isn't about dumbing it down. Not at all. It's about translating these, highly technical concepts into tangible business outcomes.
Yeah.
Stuff that resonates with the CEO, not just the CISO. Like, if your product stops a ransomware attack, the benefit isn't just advanced threat detection. It's we avoided $5 million in downtime and a massive reputation hit.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, are you actually speaking their language, the language of the business, or are you just lost in the weeds of industry jargon?
Oh, that framing makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And building on that complexity idea, another massive hurdle is those notoriously long sales cycles. How do you possibly keep a lead engaged for months, maybe even years, without them just, ghosting you?
All right, this is all about patient nurturing, staying consistently visible. We're talking account-based marketing here, ADM, which basically means focusing your energy on a smaller number of high-value accounts and then serving them role-based content. So maybe the CEO gets content focused on business risk, while the CISO sees the technical deep dives.
Yeah.
Connecting it to the bigger picture, it's all about sustained, personalized engagement over that whole long journey.
Got it. So it's less about shouting and more about kind of building that relationship over time, which actually leads us perfectly to the next one, lack of trust. That seems absolutely vital in security, doesn't it? You're essentially asking them to trust you with the keys to their entire digital kingdom.
Precisely. And the solution there involves building credibility. You need robust social proof thing, strong case studies, real customer testimonials. Certifications are also critical. Things like ISO 27001 or SOC2, they matter. And strong thought leadership, webinars, insightful white papers, commentary on industry trends that establishes your authority. It really highlights that fundamental need for authenticity, for a proven track record in every single interaction.
Okay, so you've simplified the message, started building trust. But how do you avoid sounding just like every other vendor out there? Which brings us to number 4,
Right.
Low differentiation. When the market feels so crowded, how do you actually stand out?
Yeah, that's a tough one. The solution really involves getting incredibly specific. Instead of trying to be a general catch-all cybersecurity solution, find your unique niche and then really own a distinct brand voice within that niche. What's fascinating here, I find, is that specificity often creates greater appeal because you're speaking directly to a very defined, sometimes overlooked need. It's like being the absolute best at one specific thing rather than just okay at everything.
That distinction feels key. Yeah. What about when potential customers don't even realize they have the problem you solve? That's the challenge of low awareness, right?
Exactly. The strategy here is really simple. Teach first. Educational content does 2 things brilliantly. It builds urgency by highlighting risks they might not have considered, and it builds trust at the same time. Think of it like empowering your potential customers with knowledge before you even think about selling. It shows how education itself becomes this really powerful sales tool, warming up leads right at the top of the funnel.
So education feeds into lead gen, but then you hit the lead generation problems point itself.
Yeah.
Everyone wants more leads, sure, but what's the real issue here? Is it just about volume or finding the right leads in such a specialized field.
Exactly. It's that shift from quantity to quality. That's the core issue. Look, cybersecurity isn't about just collecting a huge list of random contacts. It's about targeting very specific pain points felt by specific personas. So maybe the compliance officer at a regional bank versus, say, the CTO at a tech startup. They have different needs. You're not just collecting names. You should be building a pipeline of genuinely engaged prospects who actually need your specialized solution. Are you solving real problems for specific people or just, list building?
That's a crucial distinction, yeah. And then there's that classic internal struggle, sales marketing misalignment. It so often feels like these two teams are just speaking different languages, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The key here is fostering that one team, one message mentality. Easier said than done sometimes, but vital. Practically, this is often best done through regular, weekly syncs. Sales shares what they're hearing on the ground. Marketing shares upcoming campaigns and content. And things like shared enablement tools, updated battle cards, consistent messaging guides to make sure everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet.
Right.
If you connect that to the bigger picture, that internal cohesion, it directly impacts your external results, your customer experience, everything.
Right. Okay, finally, the really big one, demonstrating ROI. How on earth do you show the value of security? Success often means nothing bad actually happened. It's like proving the dog didn't bark, isn't it?
Exactly, you nailed it. The core strategy is proving what didn't happen. It sounds completely counterintuitive, I know. But imagine trying to tell your CFO, hey, we prevented that multi-million-dollar breach that almost happened last quarter. How do you do that credibly? That's where you need to get creative. You have to quantify prevention, maybe through risk reduction metrics, improvements in incident response times, or even just the value of peace of mind for the executives. It's all about translating those non-events into measurable, tangible value that leadership understands. How do you quantify the dog that didn't bark? That's the million-dollar question.
So we've just walked through 8 major pain points in cybersecurity marketing. What does this all mean for you listening? Well, the truth is, even just tackling one of these areas, using some of these insights, that could make a really significant difference.
Absolutely. These insights really offer a kind of playbook for tackling these common, difficult marketing challenges. And honestly, they're applicable way beyond just cybersecurity. So many industries struggle with complexity or building trust, demonstrating value. Think about how these strategies might translate to whatever field you're in.
Yeah, definitely. So as you go about your day, maybe consider which of those 8 pain points really resonates with a challenge you are facing right now. And then maybe take it a step further. Imagine the impact of tackling that final, perhaps most tricky point, proving the value of something that didn't happen. The next challenge you manage to overcome, that could become your very own powerful case study.
Reach out to us at jbuyer.com for comments and questions. Follow us at Buyer Company on social media. And if you'd be so kind, please rate and review us in your podcast app.